Well, it's now Friday night, and it's time to take a look at what's in the jar. By yesterday evening, only one of the chips had showed any signs of any change. Really, it had just popped slightly around the pins. So I didn't do anything with it last night. And this morning, a couple more had popped, but in the course of the day today, a lot's happened. A lot of the chips seem to be, well, basically the coating is falling apart. Instead of being rock hard like it was before, it's turned into sort of rather floppy rubber, which I guess is what we're after. And as you see on the back, it's just totally bubbled up, and I should be able to peel that off in one great sheet, really. Being very careful because a lot of the stuff on the other side of the board isn't attached very well, so if the remains of the case are attached too hard to the bits of the chip or whatever's on the board, I don't want to pull on that, so I'm just peeling away what will come off on its own. And it's even most of it, actually. This chip is just falling apart. Is that going to come off there? Just seeing if it will pop off. And yep. So there's a little bit left around the two chips, but I'll put this back in the bath. But that's pretty good for 2 days. Oops. So what have we got on here? We've got a couple of, there you go, you can tell I live near a railway line. You've got a couple of, or 5 surface mount, what look like capacitors. A couple of BA chips, and one, can't really read that, it's not, there's some stuff still on the name. Yeah. Apparently one cause of failure with these, if you've got a totally dead one, are these little wire links that you can just see there. They look pretty clumsily put on. I've no idea how these were made. They don't look neat enough to have been machine made, but who knows? Hard to tell. So that's one. If I have a look in the jar, not sure how much of this is going to show up. There you go, you can see one there that's just bubbled up around the pins as well. So I'll carry on and see what I can find. See if I can fish that one out with the fork. I don't want to tip this out because it's pretty unpleasant stuff, this acetone. So it's a bit like cooking mussels. You have to wait till they pop. So here we go. Again, it's just totally collapsed, swollen up, and this will be pretty much the same deal, I would think. It would just peel off. Sorry, it's out of shot again. I've got this tripod in the way. Yeah, it just comes off like that. So I reckon even once these are all totally cleared tonight, I'll put them back in the acetone for another go overnight. See, that's just popped off on that corner as well. There really is no structural integrity left in this. Well, whatever this coating once was, it's some form of conformal coating. See, now it's no signs of leaving or letting go on the back. So I'm probably not going to push it much more with this one. Now the edges are exposed, the acetone should have no trouble getting inside. So that's still fairly firmly attached on that bit. So I'll leave that well alone. So 55B, and this was the 40A or 40B, which one was it? That was the 40A, so these are the two new ones actually, with 2 replacements. If I go fishing with my fork again, the 54Bs look remarkably unchanged, but obviously the coating is now rubber and not rock hard, whatever it was before. So there's a 55B. It doesn't look much worse to wear for its time in the acetone, to be honest, although it's starting to split on the back of that chip there. So if I just peel that off, so that started to go. some of the other videos, or sorry, some of the other forum posts said I should just run a knife down the edge here just to break the. I'll run a knife along the edges just to trim the edge off, really, so let the acetone in. So it's slowly working. Not as well on the 54Bs as the others. Any more fish in here? These all look. The other ones look pretty much the same. This one has started to split on the edge. Yeah. If I can catch him. He's just started to tear along, again, along the top of the bulges of the chips. So, oh, he's popped on that corner as well. You can see a tear there. So if I just peel that off there. Oh, tell a lie. He's quite well degraded. It's definitely bubbled up along there, around there as well. Sorry, I'm having trouble seeing what I'm doing over the top of this tripod and keeping it in shot. So it seems these chips are slightly tougher than the ones they replaced. Well, I can actually do it with my finger now. I don't need a knife. I can just do that. A knife might be safer though, because it puts less force on whatever the coating is attached to. So, I think I'll leave it there. I'll just trim the edges and put these back in the bath. But there we have our first naked Roland chip.